Oh my God, look at that is a nasty looking face. Don't want to run into him at night. I mean, I could practically stand inside his mouth, that guy. Yeah, it feels so good.
When the Niagara Falls saw the Victoria Falls, she cried.
Ah. There's an elephant right behind us. Where the hell did he come from? Jeff. If you're coming this far, you should make the effort to go and see the Victoria Falls Boxing Academy. This is as ancient a land as there is on this planet. There's nothing here, and yet it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. There is so much beauty in this world, around the corner and across the oceans.
Oh, wow.
And to me, there's nothing better than finding and sharing those moments. You're so awesome. Thank you, my dear. My name is Ravi Singh. I was born in India, grew up in America. My parents were Narendra and Lakshmi, and they raised me to appreciate every corner of this earth. You'll find me with a camera at my side, capturing those special images, those little moments that remind us of the commonalities we all share.
My bushman.
So come on, jump in. It's time for a road trip with Ravi. Within a 250-mile span of southern Africa, you will see some of the most breathtaking sights on the planet. From deep in Botswana, surrounded by an unforgettable sea of land, north to Zimbabwe, where you may have heard about their waterfalls. And in the shadow of Victoria Falls, we discover an amazing boxing academy, providing hope to children. Jab, strike, jab, strike. But we begin this episode's journey at the Boteti River in Botswana, with some of the largest land animals on Earth.
Then we're just looking at this behavior here. That was an elephant. That destruction, just because of the elephant. Right now they are destroying this.
Our guide goes by many names. DR, Doctor. He's the first man we met when we landed at the airstrip.
The elephant. They are destroying these trees because there is not enough food for them.
So do they actually eat the bark?
Yes, they actually eat the bark of the trees.
So what kind of nutrition will they get from?
Normally what they eat, they don't eat for the outer layer of the bark. They eat the inner part.
Oh yeah, you can see he stripped the outside bark right off there.
Yes.
So do they also eat the leaves from this tree, or
They
no?
also eat the leaves. Like if you look to these trees, they have lots of thorns and spikes.
Yeah.
But from the elephant, that is nothing. I would say those, they will use them with toothpicks. They will just eat.
So it doesn't even hurt their tongue?
No, they don't hurt their tongue.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at the elephants. Oh my God, these guys are beautiful. I see hippopotamus right here. I see these massive elephants. They're sparring.
Yeah.
How close can we get to these guys safely?
Safely, we can go up to 300 to 500 meters. To see those wild animals like each and every day, they inspired me a lot to be a guide. Even my father, he taught me a lot. That is the one that inspired me to be a guide. I used to play soccer or football. Then nature called me, say, no, that is not your job, or that is not your life. Your life is here. I give people my experience that I have about nature, just to teach them about how we survive with these animals.
He's so at peace with the environment
All the way up to
that we can be less than 300 meters from 12 to 15 bull African elephants. You'd think you'd be anxious, being so close to such a massive animal. But it's his calming presence that makes it easy to relax and be in that moment.
All of those elephants there are bulls. We look at their status first and see whether there's one of them who is in estrus or the one who is looking for females. Like we call that the mast. The male one is ready for the females. How do we distinguish that? You see them, they'll have some glands between the eye, then the ears. You see them like dripping, would be wet between the eye and the ears. That is how you can differentiate the normal elephant.
Okay, so we need to keep an eye out for anyone getting fluid released from
the yeah.
Okay, we keep our distance from those guys. Oh my God, look at that. Is a nasty looking face. Don't want to run into him at night. Yeah, holy crap, look at the size of those mouths.
Yeah.
I mean, I could practically stand inside his mouth, that guy. Goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, but there's a little one. They look cute. There's an elephant right behind us. Where the hell did he come from? It's incredible that a 6-ton beast can walk so quiet and gingerly that we never ever heard him coming or going.
Their foot is like a cushion. Even when they step, you can't hear it.
I'm looking at 4 or more elephants. They're less than 100 meters from me, and if not for DR pointing it out, I wouldn't have even seen them.
The elephant, they can pass maybe 35 meters away from you. You can't hear it.
But I'm not at all scared.
Yeah.
Because they seem relaxed.
They seem relaxed. Like we say, the elephant depends on how you treat them. You can see how close they are with them, but they don't have any problem with them.
How incredible it must be to live and work here in the bush. And being here, you quickly realize that everything has a purpose, a function, and that there is no waste in nature.
This is the elephant dung, and this is the hippo dung. How you can differentiate them? You're just looking at the colors. This is more greenish, and this is more brownish. Yes, because hippos, they are vegetarians. They eat only grass. Like if you look here, there's only grass.
Yeah.
Like if you look to an elephant,
is bark and thick pieces.
Pieces, like this one.
Yeah.
Can you see, look at this?
Yeah. Oh, that's a bark from the tree.
That's the bark from the tree.
Yeah.
That is how you can differentiate their dung, yes.
Yeah, that's, oh, no wonder they have so much waste then.
Monkeys, baboons, after the elephant drop their droppings, you find them scattering them around, looking for those undigested fruit.
No kidding.
Yes. Back home, we can use an elephant dung as a mosquito repellent to put inside the houses. The smoke circulate around the house, then they'll keep away some mosquitoes. When you go to bed, you just move it outside. Then you snore in the whole day without bothered by mosquitoes.
Really?
Yes.
Instead of paying a company at home to come and spray for mosquitoes, I'll just have the elephant dung shipped home. It's much better. I'd rather burn that. It's cleaner.
Yeah. We have lots of palm trees here because of the elephants. When they move from one area to another, they're just feeding on those palm trees. Then they'll poop. That's why we always see them grow. They'll grow in a line because it was just pooped out by the elephant.
That's how long a migration these elephants have from here to Zimbabwe?
Yes.
Eat the dates there.
Yes.
And bring them all the way down to
here.
Makgadikgadi.
Makgadikgadi, yeah. You know, elephants, they can travel even more than 100 kilometers in a day. They just move from one area to another, one country to another. Our elephants, they have free movement. They can move from South Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Botswana, all the way up to here.
When you're in the bush, it's not just the sights, but the sounds that are so memorable. From the tiniest birds to the largest of animals. Even the sound of the wind whipping around as you travel in an open-air safari vehicle, it's pure Africa. But one of the strongest emotions I've ever felt,
My God, look at this place.
was the ultimate silence that I was able to share with my new friend, Greg
Have you
Fine,
ever done anything like this before?
Not like this.
on the Salt Pans of Botswana.
We are in the Makgadikgadi Salt Pans. Look at this. Just pure salt. The lake that eventually dried up and left salt behind. And over millions and millions of years, this is what we have. I mean, this is as ancient a land as there is on this planet. And it's just, it's endless. It's endless, there's nothing here, and yet it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. It's like you can almost see the curvature of the earth here. We're close to the equator. There's nothing blocking your view. It is just flat. Once the sun goes down, you have no idea of direction unless you can read the stars. Can you imagine how many other footprints must be under all of this stuff going back how many millions of years?
Have you begun to think about where else you want to go?
Well, I'm going to pick your brain after 14 safaris. My goodness, I would love to see some of the things you've shown me on your phone.
And I remember my first safari like it was yesterday, and it was many, many years ago. And I remember the moment on the morning drive when the sun started coming up, and I suddenly felt home.
Spent a wonderful, wondrous night under the stars. Never seen anything like that before. And the whole night I could just look straight up into a canopy of stars. There's nothing like this place.
I just out asleep, looking around, like, I hope there's no hyenas on there.
You hear the donkeys?
Yes,
That was kind of cool.
I couldn't figure that out. I'm looking around.
You just know how far the sound was carried.
Yeah.
They're not close. They're miles, but the sound just.
Oh yeah, I mean you snap a finger, it just keeps going and going.
They got bathrooms. They've got bedding. They've got food for us.
Well, did you notice the Jeep is purpose built, so it has a huge water tank? Did you notice that?
I just saw that this morning.
The whole thing is built to be able to do things in the bush.
Yeah, they had the whole gas tank, propane, everything built right in, so it doesn't shake, doesn't move, doesn't do all of that. And like, if that wasn't good enough, you'll get to wake up to a sunrise. Oh, goodness. You gotta pinch yourself sometimes to see if you're not dreaming.
This morning as the sun came up, I was just overwhelmed with memories that I haven't had in years. And I've had hundreds of safari sunrises that are stunning, right? But there was something about the sunrise this morning. It was almost as if all of the people in my life that aren't there anymore were there this morning.
Just thinking about my mom and dad. Wish they were here with me. I know they are, but I wish they could see that. I love you, Mommy. I love you, Daddy. Thank you for everything.
It was a life-altering experience on the Salt Pans, a magical way to end my time in Botswana. But for all the beauty here, shared with such wonderful people,
He laughs, he goes, there.
still, there was more. To the northeast, in Zimbabwe, also a beautiful country with incredible wildlife. But of course, its most well-known natural wonder is Victoria Falls. One of the largest waterfalls in the world, twice the height of Niagara Falls. And it's fed by the mighty Zambezi River. An amazing spot for an afternoon cruise to check out the wildlife.
Time you see them grazing is just after sunset or during the cool of the day. You can see them grazing on the islands or the mainlands. Though they can travel like 10 kilometers inland.
My name is Abel Mjuja. I'm a safari guide by profession.
That's a tropical tent spider. Where tropical tent spider.
Abel, our captain on the ship, what an incredibly beautiful soul.
What I can say is that they're closely related to whales.
On the river safari, you tend to see aquatic creatures like crocodiles and hippos that you don't see on land.
I learned so much from him, not just about the birds and the animals in the river, but the culture of this land.
Because if you look at the tops of their nostrils, it looks like the whales almost.
That's how they know the nostrils.
Yeah.
I would say almost 30% of the people in Victoria Falls, they've actually got their jobs through the river. Most of the guys are boat captains, and also the boats also helps in trying to reduce pollution. At times there's some papers, some waste that are thrown upstream. So we have a day as boat captains, as river guides, where we clean up our river. You saw how pristine and how clean the river was. It's because, you know, there are some boats that go on an activity, and we do kind of like a clean-up campaign.
Traveling this river is another one of those moments in time that stays with you. And yes, we had another magical sunset. It only gets better as we head on to Victoria Falls.
Wow. Yeah, this puts Niagara Falls to shame. It's
It is
like,
said that when the Niagara Falls saw the Victoria Falls, she cried.
ah. We got a full tour from one end to the other. It's a powerful thing to see. Just the amount of water cascading down, creating magnificent rainbows. Oh, you can feel them. Oh, look at the baboons. Oh. Yeah, it feels so good. Although I guess drinking is probably not such a good thing since there's a whole bunch of hippos upstream. It's like this cleansing rain and mist that just covers and embraces
So
you.
currently the water level is too high.
And as our guide said, once you stand there and you get the waters of the Zambezi and the Victoria Falls showering on you, it brings you good luck for the rest of the year. Oh yeah! Whoa! All right, full blessings now.
Getting all the lucky. All the lucky.
This may be enough luck for 2 years.
No, it only lasts for 1 year.
1 year, all right,
You need
good
to
enough.
come back the following year.
That's what I'll do. So I know I'm blessed for the rest of the year. It's all icing on the cake after this. Need a little bit of a break in between the rounds.
The falls are amazing, but you can't forget that people live here year-round. With high unemployment and inflation that has crippled Zimbabwe's currency and economy, life can be a challenge, among all the beauty. I made it a point to spend a few hours in one of the neighborhoods here to get a true feel for the community.
It's about the people that live there. If you're coming this far, you should make the effort to go and see the Victoria Falls Boxing Academy. It'll change your life as much as seeing Victoria Falls and the grandeur of it.
Monday to Saturday, the gym is open, so it's busy in the morning.
It's a non-profit started by a young man named Tobias,
Yes.
who went through quite a few tribulations in his life.
I started boxing when I was in the street, trying to defend myself.
Living on the streets, I can't even imagine what all that man has faced in his life.
I learned a lot in boxing to fight for yourself.
To turn it all around and be such a productive force for his community, helping orphaned children find their way back through the gift of boxing.
Two, straight, jab, straight, jab. This is the home where we are staying with the kids, 12 kids that we have. So we've got 6 boys in this room with 2 bunk beds. This side we've got a girls' room. So we've got 3 girls who are using this room with a double bed. We prepare our food outside there, then they bring it in on this table to serve everyone. Then that's our kitchen also.
He's doing something that it touches your heart. You can't help but feel pride in what he's
So
doing.
this is the dining, more of the family room. If we are done eating, sometimes we watch TV. Most of our kids who are staying here, all they box.
So you also open the gym to the public
Yes.
if they want to become members, to come and work out, learn boxing?
Yes, but for the kids, I just want to help them. Straight, 2, 4, straight, 2. Even if they don't learn boxing, but to build a strong body, it's good.
Of course. I really wanted to come and see it with my own eyes. And now that I have, I see how much effort you're putting into this place.
Yeah.
That's why I want to help with this. My visit to the Victoria Falls Boxing Academy, it touched me deeply. I was told by Tobias that they were looking to purchase the small piece of land right next to where their boxing academy is.
You jab using your left.
Being so moved by him and his actions,
But when you are left, you start by your right.
I decided to make a donation so that they can purchase that piece of land. Tobias wants to be able to increase the number of orphans up to 40. What's your name?
Mike.
Mike. From the 12 that he has today.
So
Mike, like Mike Tyson. Yeah? All right. I'm just grateful for everything my mom and dad showed me, taught me. You know, it's like DR saying that how these young male elephants,
Always when I see this, happy.
they get kind of separated from their herd and are forced to go live outside. They immediately connect with the elder bulls so they can learn how to grow up, how to be a male bull, elephant. DR learned from his dad, from his grandfather, how to be a man, how to be a tracker. Well, Dad taught me everything about being a man. Mom taught me everything about being human. And I have felt that more on this trip than I did anywhere else ever, on any vacation. So this place will stay with me forever. Because I feel Mom and Dad's presence here more than any place I've ever been.